Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am pleased and privileged to get to visit with you tonight or today. You may be watching a replay on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever the case may be. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. We'll get with the young man who is to the right of me on my monitor here in just a moment, as I'm excited to have him on the show with me tonight. Just want to say thanks again to everybody for watching. We did take the week off last week. Of course, 4th of July stuff going on. And actually, and I didn't take tonight off, and I don't know if she's watching tonight, but we do have the 5th of the little Patriot children. They're not that little anymore, but Jenna Page is in town right now, so we're excited about that. So lots of family here in the Patriot household, and that is a cool thing. Now, I know about kids going off to college because I've experienced it recently. As a matter of fact, child number 2, Miss Jenna Page, the aforementioned, who is my NAI All-American, went off to college a few years ago, and she graduated in 2019. Now she's off doing her own thing. She's going to get married in 8 months yesterday. And so she's back getting some stuff ready for wedding in the future. In the meantime, I want to talk to somebody who is about to experience that himself. Brady Holaday joins me on the show tonight. Brady, I am so thankful that you stopped by and visited with me, because you are about to head off to college yourself. Really quickly, though, class of 2021 in Durant. How's it feel to be a high school graduate?
It's amazing. I'm like, don't have to wake up for band anymore with early mornings.
That is the deal. I love that. That's the very first thing to come out. Now, of course, Brady was a member of the Pride of Durant, and I know you were section leader too. What section were you leading?
The French horn and mellophone section.
That is pretty cool. Now, mellophone during marching season, French horn during concert season, because you just don't see people wandering around a football field with a French horn, right?
Yes.
Now this is a true story. I played many instruments when I was in the band in high school. Just one of those things. Dixon would always seem like there was a gap, and directors would come in and say, hey, listen, can you learn to play this instrument? So I had to learn to play a lot of instruments. One of them I did not learn, and I think I'm still scared of today, is French horn. Isn't that a tough instrument to play?
It's a little tough. It's easier when you're a brass player, but it's hard because you need a good ear, and the notes are so close together that you could play one note and easily come off that note.
Yeah, and you actually do some tuning with your hand, right? I mean, you can actually tune the note with one hand. You're playing the instrument and tuning with the other. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. See, that's a tough instrument to play. That's a bear. Well, I'm proud of you then for what you did, and a section leader in the Pride of Durant. Now, I say all the time, by the way, Penny, hi, I'm glad to get to see you tonight. Feel free to comment, folks. Thanks for watching here on BCP Live, as we're visiting with a recent graduate from Durant High School, Mr. Brady Holaday. Brady, in talking about the Pride of Durant just for a moment, and I know we have a lot to talk about tonight, but I want to mention that too, because I have said on here regularly that the Pride of Durant is the most decorated organization within a 100-mile radius. I just think it's an incredibly cool thing to be in. What was it like playing and marching and being a part of the Pride?
It's a lot of fun. It holds us to a higher standard since we are the Pride of Durant. And when we roll into competition and you see the 4 buses with the huge trailer in the back, it's holds you up to more than what a normal band would be. And it's kind of scary at first, but doing more competitions, you learn to deal with that stress. And
you have to have a lot of discipline to play and get to do and all the things that you all do, competitions on the field and in the concerts as well, right?
Yes, sir. The most difficult part, surprisingly, is the concerts and going and doing concert band. Marching band, it's a whole lot easier because you get a whole lot more practice in the 2 weeks before school and all this practice, and then right after football games, we go straight into concert band, and it's not as much preparation.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And for those who are in band right now, I'm actually there. 3 of the Patriot kids are going to be in the Pride of Durant this year, which means band camp is just a little ways away, and that's a couple of weeks of getting out there in the hot sun and getting a lot done. We're speaking with Brady Holaday right now, a class of 2021 Durant High School alum now, and I'm sure that feels pretty cool with the word alum now. After all these years of going to high school here, you're going to be heading off to college pretty soon. Where are you going to school?
I'm going to Freed-Hardeman University in Henderson, Tennessee.
Is that ball cap you have on your head right now? Can we get a closer look at that? Yeah. Get a closer look at that. There we go. The Lions. So you really are taking it to heart. Once a Lion, always a Lion. Is that right?
Yes, sir. When I found out they were the Lions, I just knew it was the college for me.
It is a Christian school, as you mentioned, in Henderson, Tennessee, which is in the western part of the state of Tennessee. How did you come across this and go, hey, listen, Freed-Hardeman, that looks like the place to go. What brought this to your attention?
So it was about freshman year, and I decided that I wanted to be a preacher in the future. And so I was talking to my preachers at church, and they recommended Harding and Freed-Hardeman University. And that spring break, my family went to Freed-Hardeman University, and I just fell in love when we toured the campus.
That is really cool, and I love the aspiration there that wanting to be a preacher. Now, let me tell you from experience, there are good points and bad points, and there are high moments and low moments. But what a calling and what a thing to aspire to. So I think that is incredibly cool, and I appreciate then what God's putting on your heart then, and what you want to do with your life. And you're seeing then an opportunity at Freed-Hardeman. Do you know some of your classes right off the bat? I mean, do you know what you'll be seeing as a freshman?
So as a concurrent student, my past year as a senior, I was able to get 24 hours done for college. And so I will be going to college with all my basics done. So
That's
I
cool.
have all my major classes, like Life of Christ is one of my classes, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, and Philemon, personal communication, evangelism, and Greek 1.
Wow, that is cool. That is really cool. And that's a neat thing too. By the way, we do have in the comments section, let me see if I can put this one up here really quickly. Proud dad moment. You know that guy? Maybe. Glad to get to see Daryl watching tonight. I appreciate that. Yeah, that is definitely something to be proud of when you find out that your son wants to be a preacher. That is a really cool thing. Well, I appreciate that. Now, Greek, okay, there's a challenging class. That's one of those things. I had a lot of things in college, but Greek was not one of them. So you think you're going to learn a little bit there? Is that has to help some in getting down some of these biblical texts?
Yeah, my favorite part of my preacher's lessons are when they go into the Greek translation of the New Testament, and it shows how much the English language misses out on the true meaning. Like the word love in English is only one. We use it for every single type, like I love pizza or I love my mom. But then in Greek, there's 4 different types, like agape love, which is a spouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're exactly right. And when we use one and interchange it for another one so quickly, it takes away some of the meaning of that. Man, that's a valid point. It's a good thing to know already for somebody who's just coming out of high school into college. There's some wisdom right there. Hey, we're on BCP Live tonight, or maybe you're watching us through the day. Thank you very much for stopping by and visiting us here. Sarah, he is doing a nice job, and I appreciate your comment as well. Visiting with Brady Holaday, who's about to head off to college at Freed-Hardeman University in Tennessee. You talk about, okay, this is the reason why I want to go out there. I wanted to ask you really quickly, are there any goals, anything that you see, or is it just, hey, listen, I know this is the next step. This is kind of where I want to go and see what happens from here?
Kind of both. I really want to be able to get my doctorate degree so people can refer to me as Doc Holaday.
Oh my! I should have seen that coming. I didn't. Congratulations, you threw that one out there. Well, at least you have defined goals that are ahead of you, and that's something. Nice. Oh, Stephen, and by the way, Stephen Shane says nice too. I think Stephen, you would appreciate that. Definitely, there's a goal in there. All right, well then let me ask you about what you're doing right now. As you're still here in town for a little while, I know that your mom's happy about that, and you are actually having an opportunity to work with your mom and your dad both because your family owns Pro Image. I love the store. I really do thoroughly enjoy the store. I'm pretty sure that's probably where you got your ball cap that you have on there as well. That nice Freed Hardeman ball cap. Folks can get lots of ball caps there. What do you guys do at Pro Image? I'll let you tell it.
So we sell sports apparel and memorabilia for all NHL teams, all MLB teams, NCAA teams, NFL teams, and soccer teams.
That is cool. And I've gotten my share of things there. As a matter of fact, we have just recently put on one of the Patriot mobiles that we have going on right now, something from your store, a nice, incredibly shiny, mirror-backed Chiefs kind of vanity plate, and definitely Mrs. Patriot likes that a lot. So if you see that around town, that's our vehicle, and we got that from Pro Image. I get a lot of cool stuff there, and I'm a big University of Tennessee fan. So I realize that Freed Hardeman in AI school, University of Tennessee, Division I NCAA, a little bit different there. I would imagine, though, there are a lot of folks that go to Freed Hardeman that are going to be Vols fans. So do you know that already? Have you already seen that?
Yes.
Okay.
You see a bunch of people that are Predators fans.
Ah, yes, that is true too. I'm not even close, but I do know that it's there. I'll bet I'm sure there's some folks there that are some Titans fans, the professional football team from out there in Tennessee. But no, I'm still a Vols fan. Definitely looking forward. I think they're and by the way, folks, if you are a University of Oklahoma fan, I'm going to drop this one in there for you, Brady. I know that you probably know this already. But if you are a University of Oklahoma fan, you know, go Sooners and all that good stuff, and that's all well and good. If you like the Sooners and you are familiar with the Sooners and that 2000 national championship that OU won, the quarterback, Josh Heupel, is now the head football coach at the University of Tennessee. So there's your tie in there. So if you're a Sooners fan, you should be cheering for the Vols this coming year. I should have some support here in cheering for UT. All right. Well, hey, listen, Brady, I want to let you go. I appreciate the time you spent, and I wish you well in doing that. I'd like to visit with more folks, your age, and talk about what's going on, what you see in life, and how you can be of benefit. And it looks like that you're headed down that right path. I mean, you want to be a preacher. You've got goals. You have things you want to do. You want to give a shout out to anybody really quickly?
I want to give a shout out to my parents. They have been amazing raising me, and I wouldn't be where I am without them.
Very good. Well, I think pretty highly of your parents too, and I've just gotten to know them in recent years, and I would say that definitely I second that. I think they've done a good job raising you. I appreciate you. My kids who know you speak highly of you, and so I just want to give you that as well, and I just think your family's pretty cool. So thanks again. Brady Holaday, someday in the future, Doc Holaday. Oh, hey, no, okay. Well, since this comment came up here, I'm going to go ahead and, before I let you go, I'm going to throw that comment up there. Such a handsome guest. That's the first time I think I've had all this time somebody talk about anybody on this program being handsome. So, Brady, you have established, you've set precedent tonight here on BCP Live. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. But anyway, Brady Holaday, someday soon to be Doc Holaday. Thanks so much, man. Stop by here anytime. And you know what? We may have to do this one of these times from Henderson, so you can check in with us and let us know how it's going. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. That is Brady Holaday. I'm going to let him go, and I appreciate his folks also. By the way, they do a good job at Pro Image. We have a couple of things to talk about tonight too, for anybody who is still stopping by on the evening. I'm sorry, I've got something in my eye up here. There we go. Hope y'all are doing well on a Tuesday night. Thanks for everybody for sticking around just a little bit. Okay, couple of things. I mentioned Jenna Page was in town. That is always a big thing because she definitely keeps things hopping around here. And so we're all excited. It's one of those cool times. Daryl mentioned just a little bit ago, proud dad moment. I have all 5 kids in one place at one time. Well, I will tomorrow. I haven't been in one place yet, so they will be tomorrow. And that's really pretty cool. And having 5 kids, I knew these days were coming, and I still have 3 at home, and I'm just treasuring these moments. And for those of you who may be watching, maybe you have a new family, you're watching your kids grow up, treasure the moments, enjoy them, because they come and go, and you want to make the most of them anytime you can. So I just love having all my kids at in one place at one time for this week. All right, what we have, I wanted to mention, well, first off, let me mention some of our sponsors. I will start with Pro Image. How about that? Pro Image. I want to say thanks to a few of our sponsors here on BCP Live, as well as Castile's Tire, DW's in Calera, the Friends of the Library, Donald W. Reynolds Library. They still have a lot going on this summer, by the way, too. Holmes Coffee Murray Funeral Home. And, hey, Stephen, that just worked out really well. It's on the list there tonight, as well as KTC, the Kaimichi Tech. I want to say thanks to them. Modern Abstract, Shelburne Heating and Air, Texoma Engraving, Woodman Life, and Texoma Taxes. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and that's just a small section of the sponsors of the Bryan County Patriot. There was an election today, and I'll pull this up here. Do have results in. I'll get this out on the Bryan County Patriot website here in just a moment as soon as this show's over with. Just got the email a little bit before we went on the air here. Election today. And basically what this election was, it was a special election in Durant. 11 precincts of the, 22 precincts in Bryan County that voted. So it was a Durant thing. And the bottom line of the election, it's something that happens every quarter of a century. OG&E has it. There is a vote that takes place. Do we want to allow OG&E to still work within the town and be able to do things around here and there and keep giving us electricity? Basically is the bottom line, and have the freedom to work with the wires and the poles and all the things that they do. Simple election, one of those things, yes or no. Here are the unofficial results. Total votes cast, 190 votes cast in this election. 166 votes for, 24 votes against. Let me say that again. 190 votes cast, 166 votes for, 24 votes against. So 12.63% of the people who voted don't want OG&E to work in Durant. I honestly, and I don't know. And I would be really interested. By the way, Dottie, thanks. You're running late, but you come back and watch the beginning too, because you need to see Brady. He did a great job. I would be curious to find out why folks would not want OG&E to be able to work here in Durant. And that's a for real question. I really thought, and I saw 100% on one of the columns when I was looking at it earlier. I thought, well, this is an easy vote. This is 100%. Everybody's just going to vote. That's fine. And I realized that OG&E is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There are things, every business has its ups and downs and flaws and everything else. But I'm very curious about that. So maybe somebody knows something I don't know. So if you're watching right now, feel free to put that in the comment section. Why 24 people out of 190 voting, which, by the way, only 190 people in all of Durant voted for this. 24 people voted no. They did not want OG&E to have the freedom to work in our town. So I'm just curious. And I mean that. That's a legitimate curiosity. There's nothing positive or negative about that, nothing sarcastic about that. I am really, really curious as to that. Okay, so there is that. One more thing, did I mention? Oh, this is, by the way, this is also on the Bryan County Patriot, and this is actually pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull this up here really quickly. No, I'm not going to be able to pull it up on the video. City of Durant awarded a $1.6 million grant to be able to put Doppler radar here locally. And this is going to help so much. I had a chance to visit with James Dalton today. He was quoted in this, and he is part of the emergency management department here in Durant, has been for a long time. He's been working on this for 14 years, to get this here. And, we have had within the past 5 years, a couple of tornadoes that have touched down recently, directly east of Durant. Blue was hit more than once, fatalities involved. And part of that is that, didn't know if tornadoes were going to be here because of the gap in the coverage. If you haven't seen this, you ought to check out the graphic that was provided by the city of Durant in giving this release. It's on the website, BryanCountyPatriot.com. BryanCountyPatriot.com. It is the first news story that is up there, and it just talks about the fact that there's a $1.6 million grant. We're going to get some Doppler radar to our area, and that's going to help us a lot. It's going to help with showing when there is circulation and what is happening right here in this area. I think this is incredibly cool. I think this is a big step for our city and for our county and for this area. I think the whole area within, seriously, 50, 75 miles probably is going to benefit dramatically from this. And so this is a cool thing. That story, by the way, where the city of Durant is on the Bryan County Patriot website, BryanCountyPatriot.com. All right. Dottie, I appreciate that even though you were running late, you made it tonight. I thought we had a nice visit with Brady, and I think that is it. I knew the election results were going to be here tonight, so I want to get those election results to you. Let me say thanks to a few more sponsors really quickly. Thanks to Alliance Health Durant, to Rod Canterbury, the Remax Land Division. Thank you, Rod. As well as Corner Drug, Country Framer, Gordon Funeral Home, Heartbeat Realty, KFC, Shamrock Bank, Taco Mayo, and the Waffle Shop. Thanks to all you guys for being a part of the Bryan County Patriot. I want to say thanks to you as well. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channels. Bryan County Patriot channel is growing, so thank you for the ones who are subscribing to that. I also want to give a shout out to the Midwest Sports Net YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to that yet, please do. We are covering college football, previewing the 2021 season, and that is a big part of what not just the Patriot does, but it's another one of our ventures here with Emerald Quest. Having sports back is really pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So please do consider subscribing. Midwest Sports Net. Just search that up. You'll see an MW with a ring around it. I like to think that MW stands for McWilliams. It really doesn't. It stands for Midwest, but that's fine. Okay. Anything else? Really quickly, got a minute or so. Comments? Did I get everything in? Sarah, thank you for watching tonight. Stephen, thank you, as well as Daryl and Melissa. Dottie, thank you for stopping by. I am really, really, really grateful. Penny, thank you for stopping by as well. And if there is nothing else, I'll give you just a little bit more to say anything in the comment. While I give you this, I really encourage you to do this. Number one, be wise. Number two, walk in love. And number three, live a life without fear. Don't be afraid. All right. Thanks to Brady Holaday for being here tonight. What a cool guest. Isn't that awesome? And he knows part of what he wants to do with his life. He wants to be a preacher. Man, that's an awesome, awesome, cool thing to want to be. And I wish you the best, Brady, and I look forward to following you along. If there's nothing else, hey, listen, we're having fun here in the Patriot household. Jenna Page is back in town. We're excited about that. And we are getting ready for a wedding in just less than 8 months. We'll keep you posted on that. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. We'll be back here next Tuesday night. Have a great, great week, and I will see you soon.